What's up, everybody? So we back with the second video of the series. What the F is Bitcoin? WTF Bitcoin? So I was watching the first video, and it was some things that I just didn't get to that I really want to expand upon. So let's just get right into it. So I want to explain the difference between Bitcoin and every other cryptocurrency. So first, let's kind of explain the different cryptocurrencies. Um, so I like to compare them to basically like stocks. So how a stock work is a company or a business wants to raise money or whatever, and they start to allow people to buy small portions of the company via stocks. So crypto is similar to that because something like Ethereum or XRP are actual businesses and companies. They have CEOs and things like that. Well, XRP is owned by Ripple Lab, which has a CEO. Um, they don't give out stocks. Instead of stocks, they give out coins. So if you want to basically invest into Ethereum or Solana or something like that, you buy the coin, which is kind of like a stock. So the big difference between that and Bitcoin, Bitcoin is not a business. It's a monetary system. Just like the US dollar is a monetary system, or the yen is a monetary system, or BRICS is a monetary system. It's not a company, it's no CEO, it's no owner, it's no board of trustees, it's no board of directors. There is some early, very, very early Bitcoin adopters that do play a role in Bitcoin, but they're not on the board of trustees. There's no board of trustees, there's no Bitcoin office or anything like that. So that's the real big difference between Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies. And it's funny because Bitcoin is really like the only quote unquote currency in the crypto space, but everything else is called cryptocurrency and it's not really a currency. But so all the other currencies we like to call altcoins. Bitcoin is the grandfather, the big boss. Every other coin that's not a Bitcoin is an altcoin, alternative, short for alternative coin. So like I said, Bitcoin has no CEO. It's decentralized, so it's not owned by a government. It's not owned by anybody. So what makes this so unique is for a few reasons. So Bitcoin is not as popular in the United States as it is in various other countries, especially Asian countries, but also Latin American countries and some African countries. The reason behind that is because say a country like Venezuela, for example, Venezuela money system, their monetary system, is not as stable as the U.S. dollar, so it rises and falls very quickly and abruptly, and it's volatile. It's a lot more volatile. So if you're a Venezuelan or whatever, you might feel more comfortable holding your money in the Bitcoin because it's not as you're not so worried that one day, yo, my Venezuelan money, I don't know what Venezuelan money is going to be worthless because the government got trampled or whatever happened, something crazy happened in the government. Now our Venezuelan dollars ain't worth shit. You know, you people have more faith in the Bitcoin because it's not ran by a government, it's not ran by a dictator or anything like that. So another good thing that makes Bitcoin like so unique is that it holds its value when you transfer it. So say you want to transfer $1 million or something, or just a large sum of money, or it doesn't even have to be a large sum, but just say for example, a large sum of money to a different country. You're going to get taxed a lot for that exchange rate, the exchange from whatever country currency to the next the country currency. That's going to be a lot of money to exchange it. Bitcoin is going to be a same. It's going to be a small fee, just a small transaction fee, but that's it. It's not gonna. You don't have to exchange it to a different currency. Now if you want to exchange it to your native currency, now it's different. When you actually have the Bitcoin, if you want to, cash it out into your native currency, if you like. But so that's why it's really big in global trade, and we're going to see it more and more in global trade, especially like amongst countries that send in large quantities of money. Also, so Bitcoin also can't, you can't freeze it. Once you send a Bitcoin somewhere, that's it. You can't reverse it. It can't be frozen. It can't be unsent. So that's another thing that's like makes Bitcoin so unique. Um, so it's no censorship. It's censorship resistant. It's decentralized. Um, and it's so that's one of the reasons why it's just so big in like especially other countries and not as much as US because our dollar is pretty strong. So even though we have inflation, but still compared to most other countries, our dollar is very strong. So saying this, I know people are going to be like, "Oh well, it's all made up. It's all made," but the U.S. dollar, bricks, everything is made up. All these monetary systems are made up. Bitcoin is just the newest one that we really have, and it's a digital currency. So what keeps Bitcoin up is the people, the miners, and the miners keep it up, and the blockchain, the people on the blockchain keep it up. So it's kept up by people and not by government. Um, so another thing that I want to speak about with Bitcoin, like I said before, is only 2 million, 21 million that can ever be created. And the 21 million that's ever can be created is not going to be really, it's not going to be all available. It's it's probably only around like 19 million that's ever will be available because Satoshi has coins, and also people lose their seed phrase, people lose their passcode, people pass away and didn't give their information to anybody to, so it's just lost in the sauce. Um, so it's only going to be where dollars can be printed, where like I explained before, Bitcoin is mined by sophisticated math problems, and you get rewarded with Bitcoin by answering the math problems. The miners then sell the Bitcoin to exchanges like Coinbase and whatever, and then you can buy it for retail. So yeah, so I just kind of wanted to explain that a little bit better. To just kind of reiterate that, like why it's so different and why it's so special. And yeah, so that's like one of the main reasons that it's decentralized, that you can't just make more of it, and that it can't just be frozen out your account. It can't be like, for example, like for the banks, right? Say you have $100,000 in the bank, right? If you go ask for 10,000, it's going to get reported to the IRS. If you go ask for 30,000, they're going to ask you like, what you need that 30 for? Like, what you about to do? Like, why you just want 30,000? Whole time is your money, it's my money. Why you asking me what I'm about to do with my 30,000 or whatever the case is? Like, I'm going to do whatever I want when I want. Like, the banks can, and the banks might be like, yo, we don't have 30, $50,000 on us. We don't have it in the bank right now. We give you 15,000 and you want to come back, or we want to write you a check or something. Where Bitcoin is in your wallet, so you can just send it and just it's there. It's you hold it yourself, self custody. So let me explain a little bit about wallets because I keep using that. So we have hot wallets and we have cold wallets. A hot wallet is basically still connected to like the internet, so it is a little easier to hack. Not It's still protection against it, but it's easier to hack versus a cold wallet, which will be on like a USB drive or something like that, where it's off the internet until you like plug it in. So it has no connection to the internet while it's unplugged. So it can't be digitally hacked because it's not even connected to the internet. Could be stolen though, could physically be stolen. It's risks and rewards with hot wallets and cold wallets or anyway. You can also hold the wallet just on the exchange. I spoke about something before my last video where it's a big phrase in the cryptocurrency world: not your keys, not your coins. That's mean that you're holding your crypto on just an exchange. Just have it on Coinbase, you just have it on whatever it is, Robinhood, and you don't have it in a wallet where you have a seed phrase. When you get a wallet, they give you a 12-word seed phrase that you hold on to, and that's how you can basically restore it. If you lose your password, you can restore it by using your seed phrase. um I personally do a mix of it all because I do something. So I have a hot wallet, cold wallet, and I also keep coins on the exchange because I like to stake coins, which I haven't really spoke about that yet. That's something else cool in cryptocurrency that you can do. You can stake your coins. So basically, this is how the network stays up, the blockchain stays up. People stake their coins onto the blockchain, and then the exchanges give you a reward for staking your coins. So all cryptocurrencies don't have staking programs. There's certain ones do, certain ones don't, and there's different percentages for different ones. So like say for example, Solana might be at a 3.5 interest on the coins that you stake. So you just really get free money for just basically loaning your cryptocurrency out, and you get interest rate for it. So kind of like a lending program, which I think is dope. You can do that on some stocks now. They do have some lending programs now, but it's nowhere near as deep as staking coins. So I do like to stake coins. Not all of them, not all my coins, but I do like to do that and just try to get some of that free money. Especially for me, I'm a long term investor, a long term holder. Um, so I'm not about to sell my coins super quick. Now, when the bull cycle I feel like hits is close to its top, I will be selling some coins. I might not be selling none of my Bitcoin, but who knows? Depends on how high you get and things like that. So if you know if you're in and out, if you're a quick investor, you're just trying to do quick flips, then you wouldn't really stake your coins. But if you're someone like me, more of a long term, mid term investor, staking is I like staking. I just like getting the free money. Um, so I also want to show you guys how to buy on Coinbase. No, matter of fact, we're not going to do Coinbase. We want to do Cash App. I feel like Cash App is the easiest one. I know I spoke about wallets, but don't if you don't have any cryptocurrency, don't Bitcoin or a small amount, don't worry about the wallet stuff now. Just worried about buying some. If you're interested in buying some, like this is not financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube. I'm not telling you to buy anything or say you should buy anything or nothing like that. This is just this is just my opinions. I'm not a financial advisor. um, but if you are interested in buying Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, I would say just buy it. Don't worry too much about the wallets. You'll learn more about that when you get more into cryptocurrency if you decide to get more into it. So just keep it simple in the beginning. And like I said, I like to just go right to Cash App. The fees are low and it's simple and it's easy. So that's all I have for today. We're gonna talk more about cryptocurrency and the halving and the 4 year cycle and things like that in the future. I don't want to make it too technical right now, but yeah. So if you like this, just share it, subscribe, and share it, and all that cool shit. Um, so thank you everybody for watching. I love you guys. Have a blessed day. Peace.